Yeah.
Optimism, the key to happiness and health. But what exactly is optimism? Optimism is when a person has confidence in the successful outcome of an event. The difference between people who see the glass of life as half full and half empty is the way that they can turn their adversities into benefits. A sense of optimism, which derives from the ways individual can explain the cause of daily events, can lead to good health and an increase in happiness, whereas pessimism can lead to poor physical and mental health and an increased chance of depression.
Think positively. We've all heard this phrase at least once in our lives. Some of us hear it every day. But why exactly is positive thought so important? Why shouldn't I choose to think negatively? Why can't I wear a raincoat in midsummer? And why shouldn't I be scared of penguins hijacking my ocean? After all, pessimists are never disappointed. Well, I'll tell you why. Pessimists, it has been scientifically proven, have higher stress levels, more mental illnesses, and lower self-esteem, as well as lower lifespans. Studies conducted by highly credible universities have concluded that optimism is positively, excuse the pun, related to physical and mental health. Positive thought has been shown to explain between 5 to 10% of the variation in the likelihood of developing some health conditions, such as cardiovascular disease, stroke, depression, and cancer. In addition, irritable bowel syndrome, chronic fatigue syndrome, poor immune function, neurodermatitis, and other disorders are more likely to affect pessimists than those who perceive the glass to be half full. Dispositional optimism has also been linked with improved recovery rates after surgery and improved cancer survival rates. These rapid recovery rates and disease prevention methods can be linked to the fact that optimists generally lead healthier lifestyles. They tend to be more physically active, smoke less, and have ideal diets, as well as consume more moderate amounts of alcohol. Hence the saying, think positively, is not only triggered by human psychology or superstition, it also has deep roots in science. Positive thought can enable stronger immune responses, as well as stabilize hormone levels, inducing a sense of overall well-being and tranquility. This is why you shouldn't wear a raincoat in summer, or pack repellent in anticipation of penguins hijacking large ships. Not only are optimists happier, but also healthier. They either live their life without getting diseases, or they recover from the diseases rapidly.
Some people may ask, what is the point of being optimistic? Can it really change anything? This brings us to talk about the placebo effect. A placebo is a harmless pill, medicine, or procedure described more for the psychological benefit to the patient than for any physical effects. It is also used in medical research to test the effectiveness of a particular drug. The placebo effect can have some remarkable, even life-saving effects. One such example from the early 20th century relates to the life of a person whose life was changed through the use of placebos. Psychologists Bruno Klopfer and Dr. Philip West were treating their patient Mr. Wright, who was suffering from advanced lymph node cancer. All standard treatments had been exhausted and time was running out. In the meantime, patient Mr. Wright had heard about a promising new drug, Crebaozin. He begged his doctor to try it out, but Dr. West was reluctant. Eventually, Dr. West gave in and gave Mr. Wright the injection on a Friday, knowing that he might not live through the weekend. On Monday, to his surprise, Mr. Wright was out of bed and walking around. His tumors had halved in size, and 10 days later, Mr. Wright left the hospital cancer-free. For 2 months, Wright remained well. One day, whilst reading a newspaper article, Wright discovered that Crebaozin was found to have no effect on the cancer of lymph nodes. Wright, who was rigidly logical and scientific in his thinking, became very depressed, suffered a relapse, and was readmitted into hospital. This time, his physician decided to try an experiment. He told Wright that Crebaozin was every bit as effective as it had seemed, but that some of the initial supplies of the drug had deteriorated during shipment. He explained that a new, highly concentrated version of the drug could be used to treat Mr. Wright. physician convincingly prepared the medication, and using only plain water, he injected his patient with the placebo. Again, the results were dramatic. Tumor masses melted, chest fluid vanished, and Wright was quickly back on his feet and was feeling great. He remained symptom-free for another 2 months, until a study of Craig-Rosen revealed that it was worthless for the treatment of cancer. This time, Wright's faith was completely shattered. His cancer returned, and he died 2 days later.
So now you know why optimism is the key to health. But why exactly is optimism also the key to happiness? When you are happy, you are more likely to stay healthy, as is the placebo effect. And when you are healthy, you are more likely to be happy. And since optimism can lead either to good health or to happiness, therefore we can safely say that optimism is the key to good health and happiness.
Thank you.